So I'm gonna focus my discussion on several important things when we talk about bodily integrity. So from the word itself, it's integrity. Okay, when you say integrity, one, 'di ba? So one siya, one, united. Okay. And one important principle when we are talking about bodily integrity is the principle of totality. Okay. So simply put, the principle of totality refers to, okay, the individual acting as one, although he or she is composed of different parts. Okay, so or different parts um, acting as one. So, ibig sabihin, okay, an individual will not be able to have maximum function without the function of the kidney, for example, or the lungs, or your senses. So, kulang, no? So, there's always kulang. Kung one of those parts is missing. Okay, so this is about principle of totality. And um, what is the role of an individual, okay, in order to preserve this principle of totality? Okay, so an individual, a human person at that, okay, should protect himself from mutilation if there is no need, no? So, well, of course, when you say mutilation, there's really no need, no? So it's already an abuse. So mutilate, no? Mutilation. Unnecessary surgical removal of a part, okay? Um, uh, anyway, so I will touch later. Okay, so there, no, that's the principle of totality. And we all, you and me, okay, have the responsibility to protect the integrity of our functions, okay, or of our maximum function or capacity. Okay, so now, Seoul recently for a look at the country's $5 billion a year industry. Seth, good morning.
Good morning. South Korea is a trendsetter here in Asia, setting the tone for everything from K-pop to soap operas to, yes, it's plastic surgeons. And now South Korea is offering a 10% tax break for tourists who are inclined to go under the knife. To walk down the street or take the subway in Seoul is to be bombarded by commercials for plastic surgery and even some real-life examples. Turn on the TV, it's there too. This show's formula: dreary music accompanies someone pre-surgery, then a crescendo during the procedure, until finally a dramatic reveal. Even a digitally produced before and after catwalk.
I guess everyone wants to be pretty, right?
On the street in Seoul, we heard how plastic surgeries are a common gift received when graduating from high school. New face, new start, 20-year-old Sally Park said. How many of your friends have had plastic surgery? I would say almost everyone, she replied. But why? We asked Kim Un-song if we could follow her as she went for her surgery at Regent, one of Seoul's biggest cosmetic hospitals. When I told my friends I was going to get this surgery, their reaction was bland, she said. They weren't surprised. You're so beautiful, though. I really don't think I'm beautiful at all, she said. Kim allowed us to join her final consultation as her doctor, Oh Myung-jun, marked up her face. At 23, she worries she looks old and gloomy. So she saved up about $1,800 working part-time retail. We watched as Dr. O took fat from Kim's thigh and injected it into her temple and under her eyes. What's the desired effect here? Why is she doing this?
She thinks she has a very haggard look, very skeletonized look, which makes her look older than her age. And she wants to have a more babyish face, or actually a younger face.
It's a simple procedure, he says, and one that's so subtle, he calls it the perfect crime. Plastic surgery is very common here in South Korea, but people don't want to look as though they have had the surgery.
Yes. She has no neckline.
Later, he showed us some of his work. This is the same person?
Mm-hmm.
So you created a jaw.
Yes, I created the jaw.
Walking down the street here in Seoul, you see people eyeing themselves in their phones, taking selfies. You have to attach your picture to resumes when you're getting a job. Why are looks such a big deal here in Korea?
I think it's more competitive than other areas of the world. Very highly educated, so you can't have just a good spec on their resume.
You can't just have good grades.
Yeah, you can't, because everybody has good grades. Everybody has all the credentials. So how are you going to get ahead of it?
Less than 24 hours after her surgery, wow, hello. How are you doing? We met up with a still swollen Kim Un-sung. What do you think when you're looking in the mirror?
이제 좀 스트레스도 덜
I
받고
think I'll be stressed out less, she said, since the depressed areas of my face are now filled with fat. I think I'll be able to live a brighter life.
사랑합니다. 리즈입니다.
Okay, so now you've seen the, this is actually the answer, but anyway, it's up to you. Ako naman, whatever your answer is, I just see how you reason out. Diba? You know me since first year, okay? But not with during exam, okay? Kasi this is multiple choice. The long exams are all multiple choices, okay? That's why I give you chance to give me your stand or answers during reflection papers, in the reflection papers, or activities such as this. Okay, so plastic surgery, specifically aesthetic surgery, okay, is ethically permissible provided that okay, um, it has two goals, main goals. First, to improve bodily appearance in case of congenital anomalies or after accidents. Okay, so why? Okay, so why? This is to give a chance for the individual, okay, to function and adapt to the society, um, uh, the best, okay, the best, giving her or him the best chance. Okay, so by correcting anatomical anomalies brought about by congenital anomalies, okay, or accidents, okay, trauma, no? Especially when it involves the face. Okay? Kasi whatever your job or whatever your profession is, you always show your face unless of course you are a call center agent or part of the technical staff. Okay? So anyway, but face value, no? So very important pa rin. Okay? Second, when once, well, aside from that, of course, to restore the other functions. Okay, for example, uh, in cases of firecracker accidents, diba? So, you have to restore um, the hand. Okay, so together, the services of plastic surgeons are also needed. Okay, sorry, my my okay, I'll stop my video because my Wi-Fi is unstable. Okay, so secondly, when one's physical appearance could become a psychological, social, or economic burden on the person and on one's ability to adapt to society. So now, why did I choose Korea? No, because culturally, uh, they really love beautiful skin. Okay, so physical, it count. I mean, physical features count, diba? So if your society or the community you are living in or you are in is like that, then of course, a minimum or an appropriate aesthetic surgery can be ethically allowed. Okay. So, but if the if the aesthetic surgery already changes, no? Already changed, or several aesthetic surgeries procedures practically change the person, no? So medyo yun questionable. Okay, so what is your goal to really is it to really for you to adapt and maximize your function, or what? Diba? I think there was a case, if I'm here, I didn't read about it, but I just heard it in the news that there was a couple, no, who, of course, the man married a woman, okay, and then nung nagkaanak sila, sobrang pangit yung anak nila. And then, nagtaka yung husband. Where did this come from? The features of this child, no? So, and then it was just the time that the wife said that she underwent several surgeries, okay, plastic aesthetic surgeries. So pangit pala siya dati. Okay. And it can be a ground for annulment kasi deception yun. Okay, so deception. All right? So there. Mamaya na yung video. Okay. So when we talk about organ transplant, okay, so we have two types: auto-transplant and heterologous. Auto-transplant or homologous. Sometimes it's called homologous. Kaya lang pag sinabi mo kasing homologous, it limits it, no? Pag sinabi mo auto-transplant, it actually it encompass, okay, both homologous and auto. Okay, so one example of auto transplant is auto blood transfusion. Okay, because blood is also part of our body, of our system, right? Okay, so how does this work? Okay, so the person who is scheduled for elective surgery is the one donating her own blood to himself or to herself. Okay, so pag kaya naman, okay, of course, he needs to rest or she needs to rest several weeks or several days, okay, depending on the need. Kung emergency ba yon or what, no? So for some, they actually donate already and they ask storage, no, proper storage of their blood sample in case they go through major type of surgery. And those times, they need blood transfusion. So that's an example of auto-transplants. So another thing is, they get cells of the same line, ayan, auto-transplant. So homologous. Okay? So pare-pareho yung cell lines or cell. So for example, kidneys, okay? Kidney cells, okay, for example, no? Or the heart valve, okay? So cells ng heart ang kinukuha, and then they make, okay? So they make prosthetics, okay? So out of those. So those are examples of auto-transplant. How about heterologous? Yan. Heterologous, pwedeng, or sorry, auto-transplant also, for example, you have the same gene line, okay? Usually sa magkapatid, no? So homologous din yun. Okay, homologous / auto-transplants. Okay, heterologous, ito yung classic example na magkaibang dugo, okay? So kidney donation, okay, heterologous. Or for some, they do prosthetics using different types of cells. Yan. So nagagawa na siya ngayon, okay? So heterologous also, example ay yung 3D printing of the different parts of the body, okay? So pwedeng prosthetics, hindi naman i-3D print ang, although they're trying to, okay, the different organs, they are trying. And for your information, in the Philippines, DOST has a program like that already. So together with UP Manila and the engineers, kasi magandang engineering program ng Mapua and LaSalle. Okay, so they're doing prototype of, I'm not sure if it's kidneys. Okay, so there. Okay, mamaya yan. Okay, so these are important principles, no? The ones in parenthesis, okay, so kailangan nyo itong basahin. Okay, so nasa Monghe lahat. Okay, first principle, autotransplants are usually listed if the reason is the same as ordinary surgery. Okay, so what is the usual reason why one person undergoes surgical intervention? So yun yung second question a while ago, di ba? So aesthetic surgery versus, or plastic surgery rather, versus well, plastic surgery kasi pwedeng reconstructive surgery. And usually when you say reconstructive surgery, ito yung the ones who really correct deformities out of anomalies, congenital anomalies, and accidents. Okay? Pag sinabi mong more on plastic surgery, so you're gearing towards aesthetic surgery. Okay. So, so auto transplants naman, okay. So for example, burn patients. Ayan. So burn patients. And they need to flap, okay? They need a flap kasi pag burn, kunwari 3rd-degree burn, okay? So the whole skin, no? So they need skin graft, okay? Usually they get skin from the same victim or the same patient, okay? Saan nila kinukuha? Okay, usually sa pigi, no? So sa mga malalaking flaps, okay? Sometimes sa back, depende, okay? So and this is permissible, okay? So kasi nga you need to reconstruct kasi if not, okay, mamamatay sa infection, okay? Yung pasyente, if you just let the wound remain open. Imagine walang skin. Okay, so expose ang buto. Okay, so yan. So that's an example. Second, the use of organs from cadavers is licit provided that it is under the observance of civil laws. Okay, so there are different civil laws per country or per municipality or per province. Okay, pero dito sa Pilipinas, I'm not sure if we really have a national law. Okay, so, but in the Western countries, they have, okay, depending where state you are in. Okay, so the classic example that I can give for number 2 is the use of cadavers for study. Ayan. So I'm not sure about the law in the Philippines. Okay, so but for unclaimed bodies, okay, which are in the funeral parlor, will be labeled unclaimed at a certain period. Okay, kasi hindi mo naman pwedeng i-store siya all the time. I mean, forever. Okay, walang storage sa funeral parlor forever. Okay, remember, funeral parlors are also business. So it's a business of individuals. Usually, individually run siya or now corporate, no? So kasama ng death burial services, 'di ba? Insurance, 'di ba? So anyway, now in the Philippines, it's ethically permissible and legally allowed when unclaimed bodies, okay, in principle are donated to medical schools. So medical schools, okay, why? Because this is for science, okay, scientific studies. Okay, in principle, it's donated. The cadavers are donated, unclaimed cadavers. Okay, kaya lang, alam nyo naman sa Pilipinas, diba? So you have to pay for the storage fee, etc. Kasi naka-freezer sila. And totoo din naman. Okay, so imbis na donate, you actually, they sell the bodies. In principle, minimum fee. Okay, so hindi ko alam kung ano yung kalakaran doon. So it becomes illicit and unethical when it becomes really a business. Kasi wala naman talaga, I mean, dead persons, even if unclaimed and unidentified, are still human persons. Okay, so we have to accord proper respect to them. Okay. I know in the Philippines, all medical schools are required to at least bless the bodies before they are used for dissection. Okay. At least I can say, I don't know the practice in FU, but in UST, they hold a holy mass. Okay, they hold holy mass before anything is done. Okay, any manipulation is done to the cadavers. Okay, so how about sa transplant? Okay, so yeah, if the organs are still viable, okay, for as long as they're viable, okay, kaya lang mahirap kung um, mahirap gawin to sa unclaimed kasi you have to wait for a certain period. Eh, baka naman sa pag-wait mo, mamatay na yung yung organs. Okay, so but then the National Organ Donation Act so states that okay, it states different criteria. Okay, but there is a push now for another bill. Okay, it was open in 2018. Okay, donors' consent prior to death should be obtained. Okay, so what are the conditions to be observed? No, so like in any treatment, okay, treatment modality. So dapat alam ng pasyente lahat-lahat. Okay, so documents to be signed, etc., etc. Okay, so anong gagawin sa kanya, okay, pagkamatay niya, lahat yon. So there has to be awareness first before okay, one consents, give her or his informed consent. Okay, so iba naman yung it's a different story when the patient really just want to donate since mamamatay din naman siya. Okay, so kahit hindi mo na siya naman ang magsasabi, oh no need doctor, no need for you to explain it to me. Okay, so I just want that other people still benefit from viable organs from me when I die. Okay, so iba naman siya, no? Okay, which is very much connected to the fourth condition. Okay, the principle of finality for homologous transplant between two living individuals. Okay, so this is very important. What is the principle of finality? So two things that you need to remember. The principle of finality is not the dead end. Hindi pwedeng ganon. In organ donation, okay, it has to be made sure that a person who a living person okay, who donates his or her organ okay, still will live, no? Even after donating. You get it? Okay, so, and then the intention of that donor, kaya nga siya homologous kasi mas madali ito. No? Kasi out of love. Okay, kasi usually ang nagbibigay ng homologous transplant magkakamag-anak. Okay, very, very classic example is kidney donation. No? So, one kidney, okay, I give it to my sibling or to my relative out of love. Okay, so the principle of finality has to be, okay, has to be there. Okay. Principle of finality, kung kulang ang isa, hindi siya principle of finality. Okay, for example, I donate my kidney for a fee. Okay, so it cannot be. Okay, so dapat the intention, the disposition, okay, is commensurate, okay, to the act. Okay, so bahala na yung yung magre-receive, yung recipient if you want to actually compensate for probably healthcare. Okay, pwede yon. Healthcare for the donor. Okay, kasi definitely even if we only need one functional kidney in order to survive, merong consequences yun sa health natin. Okay, so this one, okay, I will leave it to you. Okay, so there are medical it has to be, okay, so the person, okay, has to be medically verified of death first, no? So ito yung the ones who are dying, okay? So dapat ang nagpo-pronounce, okay, na dead na siya, licensed physician or a trained healthcare personnel, okay? So there has to be evidence of cardiorespiratory failure and together with the neurological indicators of death. So it's all in Monghe.
Siya, kaya kailangan niya ang dialysis machine para mali. Mula pa Abril, 2 beses sa isang linggo kung magpa-dialysis si D sa National Kidney and Transplant Institute. May chronic kidney disease siya, kaya kailangan ang ama ni D dahil sa kaparehong sakit. Isa lang si D sa libo-libong Pilipino na umaasang makatanggap ng bagong kidney para mapahaba pa ang kanilang buhay. Panandali ang remedyo lang kasi sa matinding problema sa bato ang dialysis. Kaya kinatuwa niya ang balak na panukalang Organ Donor Act of 2018 na isinusulong ni Senator Richard Gordon. Sa panukalang ito, otomatikong kukunin ang viable organs ng isang brain-dead na pasyente para i-transplant sa mga nangangailangan nito.
Napakalaking tulong ito maibibigay ng bill na ito. Isa na rin ako doon na nag-aambisyon din talaga, nananalangin na magkaroon ng kidney donor in the near future. Kasi ayoko rin naman tumagal dito sa dialysis.
This is an ambition for our people na hindi sila mahirapan. Lahat ng Pilipino, obligado dyan. Pero kung ayaw mo, susulat ka. Meron kang do not take my organs out.
Suportado ng NKTI ang panukala. Ayon kay NKTI Deputy Executive Director Dr. Romina Dangilan, tumaas ang bilang ng pasyente nilang nangangailangan ng dialysis pero mababa ang kidney donors. Nitong 2017 lang, may 25,000 bagong mga pasyente ang NKTI pero 500 lang ang kidney donors. May ilang hamon nga lang na nakikita ang NKTI kapag naisabatas ang panukala.
Ang problem po doon is we have to educate all the Filipinos that there is such a thing as deceased organ donation and that if there's a problem po na sa hospital sila, they are diagnosed as brain death, they will be considered already that they have consented for their organs to be donated.
Balaki din anya ang mga religious at cultural belief at takot sa epekto ng transplant sa organ donor at recipient. Pero pinabulaanan na magpinsang Marimel at Hana ang pangamba. 12 years na magmula nang i-donate ni Hana ang kidney niya kay Marimel.
After po ng transplant, back to normal life. Kung hindi ako na-transplant, baka wala na ako dito. Nagpo-fun run ako, 5K, 10K. Hindi pa ako nagkakasakit. That has something to do with my donation.
Iba pang nabiyayaan ng kidney transplant dito sa NKTI na umaasang maging ehemplo sa iba para makakuha ng suporta para sa advokasya ng organ transplant sa bansa. Ina Reformina, ABS-CBN News.